What if someone told you there's a brand new Game Boy Color game being made in 2026? Not a fun project, not a ROM hack, a full original Metroidvania built from the ground up for the GPC. That game is Utopia Haven by solo developers João Mendonça of NeroGames, and today we're talking about the demo. So first, let me give you the basic story because I actually think it's a cool setup. Earth is dying, like completely done, humanity is running out of time, and someone has to go out there and find a new planet for everyone. That someone is you to live on. A soldier named Nevin. Anyway, you get sent out alone across 3 different planets, searching for a peace that can actually support human life. And here's the thing that got me. The game tells you up front that many soldiers have done this mission before you. None of them came back. And that's it. That's the setup. Simple, but it already makes you feel like the odds are stacked against you before you even start playing. I really like this. Now, before we talk about the actual gameplay, let me quickly tell you how you can try this yourself because it's super easy and it's free. The demo is available on Steam and itch.io. Both versions are exactly the same, so just go with whatever you're more comfortable with. On itch.io, you can actually play it straight in your browser without downloading anything, which is pretty convenient. If you want a more authentic experience, though, you can download the GBC ROM file and run it on a Game Boy Color emulator. That's how I played, and honestly, it felt perfect. It really adds to the whole retro feel of the game. And here's something cool: the game actually runs on real Game Boy Color hardware. So if you have a GVC lying around or a flash card, you can play it on an actual console. How wild is that? Alright, so Utopia Haven is a Metroidvania, so if you ever played Metroid or Castlevania, you already have a rough idea of what to expect. You explore interconnected areas, you fight enemies, you find upgrades, and those upgrades open up new paths that were blocked before. And yes, it's the classic loop of exploration and progression. The demo puts you on the first planet called Nebulon, and you get a pretty good chunk of it to explore. It's enough to really get a feel for how the full game is going to play. Movement feels really good and it's responsive. It's smooth. You can tell the developer put a lot of time, so characters feel nice to control. And for a Game Boy game, that matters a lot because if the movement feels off, everything else falls apart. There's also a really cool scan system in the game. Basically, you can scan enemies to collect information about them and fill up your treasures, like creature log. The catch is you have to get up close to do it, so it's the little risk versus rewarding thing to get near dangerous enemies. And there's a shoot 'em up section that shows up between areas. It's like a little arcade mini game that breaks up the exploration, and it honestly works really well as a change of pace. It's like Space Impact or something. Yes, like Space Impact. Anyway, so this is the part I really want to highlight because I think it's the biggest strength of this game, the atmosphere. When you're playing this, it's genuinely feels like a Game Boy Color game from the early 2000s. The pixel art is really well done. The environment feels distinct and interesting, and the overall vibe is just lonely, mysterious, like you're actually out there alone on an alien planet. The enemy designs are great too. There's one annoying boss, something like that, a Cinnabar or something. Actually caught me off guard the first time I saw it. Anyway, this whole game is built using something called GB Studio, which is a tool specifically for making Game Boy games, and the atmosphere, it's genuinely impressive. Now, since I want to keep this honest, let me mention a couple of things that I think I could be improved. The first one is the UI text. The font they are using has the very retro pixelated style look, and I get it. It's the aesthetic, but sometimes just a little hard to read. Nothing game breaking, but if they could clean it up a bit or find a font that's slightly easier on the eyes while still keeping the retro feel, I think it will make the experience smoother. The second thing is small bug with the charge shot. When your shot is fully charged and ready to fire, sometimes it's kind of hesitates for just a split second before it actually goes off. It's a minor thing and it doesn't happen all the time, but can throw off your timing a little. That said, and this is important, this is still a demo. The developer is super active in response to community feedback and is clearly working hard at polishing everything. These are things I fully expect to get fixed before the full release. So still, this is a demo. Alright, so here's the part that I think is really exciting and I want to make sure you hear this. Right now, the developer has a live crowdfunding campaign running on GameFound, and what they're trying to do is bring a physical cartridge edition of Utopia Haven to life. We're talking about an actual physical Game Boy Color cartridge, something you can hold on your hands, put in your shelf, and play on real hardware for a brand new indie game that is so cool. If you're into retro gaming, if you care about physical game preservation, or if you just want to support a really passionate indie developer who is clearly putting their heart into this campaign is worth checking out. I put all the links down in the description below. So yeah, Utopia Haven, a brand new Game Boy Color Metroidvania made by one person, available to try for free right now with a crowdfunding campaign to make it real physical cartridge. Honestly, this is kind of game and the kind of developer that deserve more attention. Go try the demo, it costs you nothing, and if you love what you see, go check out the GameFound campaign and think about backing it. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more indie game coverage. Leave a comment down below if you already tried the demo. I'd love to know what you thought. Alright, this is Gwim and I'll see you on the next one.